maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of Kawaibo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning. Welcome to the News at 7. I am Priska Wanko. Anambra State government has approved the weekly payments of taxes and levies by commercial keke and shuttle bus operators. Governor Chukwuma Saluda made the announcement during his usual interaction with commercial transport operators at Professor Dora Okoye Women Development Center in Oka. Government House correspondent Valentine Mbadha reports that while keke operators now pay 10,000 naira reviewed from 15,000 naira, which can be broken into four, entailing 2,500 naira per week. Taxi operators will now pay 12,000 naira instead of 17,500 naira, amounting to 3,000 naira weekly, while shuttle buses will now pay 3,000 naira weekly. Mini truck operators are to pay 3,750 naira weekly, while motorcycle operators will now pay 4,000 naira, amounting to 1,000 naira weekly. Also suspended was payment of taxes, tolls and levies by heavy-duty vehicle operators across the state. The governor explained that while his team goes back to the drawing board, the move of suspending the payments is to ensure that nobody is taxed twice. He added that to eliminate operation of touts on the roads, daily collection for all the taxes and levies is not an option. The governor explained that his administration is determined to have a tax system that is progressive, such that it will reflect the yearnings of the poor and common man in line with Abgar ideals. Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Uche Okafo, Secretary to the State Government, Professor Sulo Chukwulabello, Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Ernest Ezajere, Commissioner for Transport, Barrister Pat Ibibike, Commissioner for Information, Mr. Paul Musu, Special Advisor on Security, AVM Ben Chiobi, members of government enforcement agencies, among others, attended the events. Governor Chukwuma Saludo has warmly congratulated Chief Emeka Anyoko, the former Commonwealth Secretary General, who clocked 90 years of age, on January 18, 2023. Governor Saludo, in his congratulatory message, described Chief Anyoko as an astute and experienced diplomat who has demonstrated immense capacity to duty with outstanding achievement worthy of commendation. In a press release by the Governor's Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Christian Aburime, Governor Saludo noted that attaining the age of 90 was worthy of celebration and deserving of immense gratitude to God Almighty for his grace and protection. He added that the former Secretary General of the Commonwealth has remained a reliable and dutiful man who has meritoriously served both at the global stage, the nation, and his immediate community. Governor Saludo further recalled the various developmental programs executed during his tenure as the Commonwealth helmsman, particularly the exceptional roles he played in the struggle for freedom, justice, and democracy in the continent of Africa and across the globe. While wishing the celebrants many blissful years ahead, Governor Saludo prayed to God to grant him good health and wisdom to continue to render more selfless service to humanity. The Commissioner of Police, Mr. Etching, has joined other service commanders in the state to honor Nigeria's security forces and personnel who pay the supreme price in service to the nation. A release signed on behalf of the CP by the Police Public Relations Officer, VSP Thochukwu Ikenga, said that in keeping the hope alive, the CP stated that the occasion gives cause for reflection to remind the people of the sacrifices made by the security forces in preserving the unity of this country and protecting lives and property. The highlights of the Armed Forces Remembrance Day held at Dr. Alex Ekweme Square, Oka, include inspection of the parade mounted by the Nigerian Army, Navy, and Nigeria Legion by Governor Chukwuma Saludo, CFR, prayers and observation of silence for the fallen officers, the placing of wreaths and other significant exhibitions that made the events colorful. Anambra State Government, through the Ministry of Youth Development, has taken sensitization on youth empowerment of One Youth, Two Skills to Anambra South Senatorial Zone. The program, which was tagged Closing the Gap Initiative, CJI, was targeted at building synergy among stakeholders in the society, which includes the local government authorities, the traditional rulers, town union presidents, youth and women leaders, voluntary organizations, amongst others. Correspondent Chimizie Ume filed in this report.
The event, which took place at Igwe Kenneth Orizu Palace, the Commissioner for Youth Development, Mr. Patrick Ayamba, described the initiative as one which is geared towards equipping individuals with skills and empowering them to be resourceful individuals to their family and society at large. Mr. Ayamba recalled his experiences as a local government chairman where government programs will be done by the state ministries without involving the local government or the town heads, and noted that his ministry is out to bridge those gaps and get everyone involved in the processes so that the citizens will benefit from it. He explained that the program, which aimed at restoring and amplifying the age-long Igba boy model of Ndibo, will create over 1,000 youth and 130 private sector jobs annually. The commissioner urged the town leaders to keep pace with the programs and agenda of the Anambra state government led by Professor Saluda to enable the unemployed youth to get the dividends of democracy through his ministry.
Mr. Governor has made it very clear through his manifesto in solving the issue of unemployment in Anambra State. That's why we are trying to raise a structure that has the capacity to deliver this mandate. And that's why we are struggling. We are working 24/7 to ensure that the structure I want to put on ground is the structure that will deliver these things.
In his welcome speech, the traditional ruler of Nnewi, Igwe Kenneth Orizu, represented by the Crown Prince Obi Orizu, expressed gratitude to the commissioner for initiating the program and urged him to ensure those that needed it most gets the empowerment. Prince Orizu challenged the people of Anambra South Senatorial Zone to grab the opportunity with both hands to benefit the program.
Because of crime prevention, Tumba for our girls, because now why when I call and what time we watch out. So can I find government, can I find who support her this program?
In his speech, the President General Nzuko Oranewi, Dr. Madoka Atuenyi, thanked the government for the initiative, which he called a stepping stone towards achieving and actualizing the lost glory of Anambra State industry and commerce.
So my advice now can be you to know opportunity, because okay, more I don't think I have this opportunity. And then we can get it before I'm going to say it's an opportunity. So I'm going to say
in their remarks, the President General of Osumowo and Asatu Zonal Leader, Anambra South Zone, Mr. Sheikha Muomife, represented by Asatu Zonal Financial Secretary, Mr. Silas Umejike, thanked the Commissioner for his initiatives and pledged to get the youth of the zone informed on this current government program, which he called a mega program. Market leaders, youth leaders, women leaders, local government representatives, and other stakeholders graced the event.
The new Nigeria People's Party has inaugurated a senatorial campaign council for Anambra South Senatorial District. The party's candidate for Anambra South Senatorial District, Colonel Geoff Onyejeku, inaugurated the campaign council at Ichi in Ekwusigo local government area. Correspondent Ngozi Obideri covered the event and now reports.
Christmas to all the party faithful.
The inauguration ceremony kicked off with meeting and introduction of party officials, support groups and others. Inaugurating the campaign council, Colonel Onyejebu charged them to embark on house-to-house campaign and get more followers for the party, which he said represents the hope of the people. While charging the new Nigeria People's Party leadership at local government and world levels to be foot soldiers of the party, Colonel Jeff, who was in the military for 32 years and has worked as military attaché in Washington, D.C., said NNPP is the only party that would pay WAEC, NECO, and JAMB examination fees for candidates and would ensure that no one pays before getting employment in federal government establishments. He said when voted into power, his party under Rabiu Kwankwaso would introduce fourth tier of government called Community Participation Reorientation Committee to be led by traditional rulers who would be charged with maintenance of amenities in their communities and ensure better life for the people.
What stands me out is that I have those unique skill sets you can hardly find in any of the candidates.
What are those skills?
First is that I served in the military for 32 years, was a brigade commander, was acting of the brigade in Mokola, Ibadan, acting GOC of 2 divisions in Odobo, was the military attaché of this country in Washington, D.C. I am a fellow of War College of Nigeria. I am a PAC dagger, Past Staff College with dagger. Tell me who in the field that has all this.
Also speaking, the Deputy Chairman NNPP Anambra State, Pastor Chris Otis, called on all to ensure they collect their permanent voter cards to enable them cast their votes for NNPP, as according to him, without PVCs, they have no political power.
All the thousands of PVC are in the way whatever. So about 9 man Pankoso Gage can the senatorial candidate I got bomb chocolate our PVC. Make sure now friends family umunegi with a PVC I'm a PVC abon I go over on make sure never on time wake so don't got to the vote.
Also speaking, the State Acting Secretary, Comrade Mark Dimonyeka, urged all to vote all NNPP candidates for a better society.
PVC and I diamond or misplace going. We're going to vote. We can vote. So you are mara your polling unit. All the very important. So our name your polling unit. Oga ro gega kwadonya na NNPP from top to bottom. So about vote to onye candidate. NNPP who our candidate.
The party officials were later decorated with the party uniform and clothes and were given 5 kilograms bags of rice each. From Ichi in Ekwusigo local government area, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Federal government of Nigeria says it will henceforth dedicate 0.5% of the country's GDP to research and development so as to fast-track meaningful development in the country. President Muhammadu Buhari disclosed this at the opening session of the ongoing week-long 2023 Science, Technology and Innovation Expo tagged Actualizing Effective Diversification of the Nigerian Economy Through Science, Technology and Innovation STI in Abuja. Princess AP Ajide filed on this report.
The president, represented by his chief of staff, Mr. Ibrahim Gambari, said his administration had made efforts in establishing a viral science, technology and innovation ministry because of its belief that no nation of the world has been developed without the utilization of the science, technology and innovation apparatus. He said in the quest to develop scientifically, his administration placed a special premium on the STI sector for the utilization of local raw materials and personnel, which led to the signing of the Presidential Executive Order No. 5 for the planning and execution of projects, promotion of Nigerian content in contracts, science, engineering and technology on 2nd February 2018. He urged researchers, innovators, and inventors participating in the Techno Expo to be resolute as his government has confidence that their R&D outputs will make Nigeria a truly great productive nation respected all over the world for its exploits in the science, technology, and innovation sector.
Tandem with the decision made by the African Union Executive Council in 2006 to establish a target for all members of the organizations of 1% of GDP investment in research and development R&D in order to improve innovation, productivity, and economic growth.
On his part, the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Adeleke Mamara, said the annual Science, Technology and Innovation Expo is a gathering for scientists, researchers, inventors, innovators, entrepreneurs, and citizens of Nigeria, which provides them the opportunity to set the nation on the path of economic greatness. He described STI as the foundation and propelling force for industrial leadership of nations and business entities, as well as economic success on the global map. According to Minister Mamora, countries that have made significant progress towards sustainable economic development owe their success to significant investments in STI, which ensures uninterrupted increase in productivity and possibility of equitable and sustainable industrial development, which gave rise to the choice of the theme of this year's Expo.
As you are aware, science, technology and innovation constitutes the foundation and driving force
in the industrial leadership of nations and business entities, as well as economic success on the global scale.
Earlier, the Minister of State, Science, Technology and Innovation, Chief Henry Ko, said that the ministry has never failed to organize the event since 2017 because of its strategy to encourage production and commercialization of research and development products and services. Chief Ko counted the objectives of the expo to include showcasing the capabilities of Nigerian scientists, engineers, inventors, innovators in fast-tracking sustainable development of Nigeria, encourage interaction between researchers, innovators and investors with a view to commercializing research results, facilitate the growth of indigenous manufacturers hinged on science, technology and innovation, and promote collaboration amongst research institutions, researchers and inventors. The president, flanked by the ministers, presented cash prizes of 1,750,000 and 500,000 naira respectively to science students who excelled in the national science examination for secondary schools. In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide reporting.
The three main figures in Ukraine's interior ministry have been killed in a helicopter crash beside a nursery in eastern suburb of the capital, Kyiv. Interior Minister Denis Monataskai, aged 42, died alongside his first deputy minister and state secretary. 9 people were killed when the helicopter came down in Brewery and another 9 died on the ground, including 3 children. Mr. Monataskai is the highest profile Ukrainian casualty since the war began. The deputy head of Ukraine's presidential office, Kryelo Tymoshenko, said the minister had been en route to a war hotspot when his helicopter went down. There is no indication that the crash was anything other than an accident, although witnesses said Russia's war was to blame for the disaster. British billionaire Jim Innes' company officially joined the race to buy Manchester United. United owners, the Glazer family, said they were willing to listen to offers for the Premier League club in November, and Ratcliffe was keen to strike a deal. Boyhood United fan Ratcliffe, who made an unsuccessful $5.2 billion bid to buy Chelsea last year, has long been linked to the Old Trafford outfit. After failing with his Chelsea takeover when Roman Abramovich sold the Blues to American tycoon Todd Boehly and his consortium, Ratcliffe is back in the hunt for a Premier League giant. United have yet to comment on the news of the 70-year-old's interest in taking over from the United States-based Glazers. It was a celebration of a life well spent as the late Mr. Christian Okonkwo was laid to rest at his hometown, Urofula Village in Ri, an Oche local government area. Before his death, Mr. Okonkwo was a devout Christian and the father-in-law of Mr. Jude Okoye, a staff of the Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS. Oinye Agubeze has the details.
Family, relations, friends and well-wishers gathered at late Mr. Okonkwo's compound to bid the deceased farewell. In a sermon, Reverend Nnamdi Eza Basili, parish priest of St. Michael and All Angels Anglican Church in Ri, charged Christians to be steadfast and live a good life so that they are not found wanting on the last day. He reminded Christians to be mindful of their actions on earth and be ready for the return of the Lord at all times, citing the deceased as a man who lived a good and notable life worthy of emulation. In the remarks, Mr. Okoye of the ABS and his wife, the deceased first daughter, Mrs. Nkiru Okoye, said they will miss their father because he lived a good life and was very welcoming, and prayed for his soul to rest in peace. Mrs. Adeline and Mr. Ruben Okonkwo, the deceased sister and brother, described the deceased as a good, peaceful and down-to-earth man who was a humanitarian, praying for his soul to rest in peace, and appreciated those who came to commiserate with the family. In a vote of thanks, Mr. Ikechukwu Okonkwo, while appreciating all who came to commiserate with the family, said his father left a legacy of contentment that would not be forgotten, and a good, honest and truthful man despite challenges.
I received a fatherly care from him. He's a true loving father. Despite the challenges around, all standing by us.
Late Mr. Okonkwo died at the age 82. Condolence by relations, friends and well-wishers featured at the funeral ceremony. From Nri, in Anocha local government area, I am Onye Agubeze reporting for ABS News.
And just before we go, listen to this very important public service announcement. This is to inform the general public, and in particular Anambra State indigents, that application for the registered service into the Nigerian Air Force has commenced and will end on the 30th of January 2023. Interested applicants are to apply free of charge online at www.nfrecruitment.mil.ng and read carefully the specific disciplines required before filling the form. Applicants must be between 20 and 30 years of age and possess the following: credits in English and mathematics, as well as 3 other subjects related to their course of study. A minimum of second-class upper division for first degree holders and upper credit for HND holders. NYSC discharge certificate or a letter of exemption. For further inquiry, please contact the protocol unit of the Office of the Secretary to the State Government, OKA. Announcer, Professor Sulu Chukulobelo, Secretary to the State Government. Remember, you can follow ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television, OKA. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television, OKA, and follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website. It's www.absradiotv.com. To end the news this morning, a recap of the main points. Anambra State Government has approved the weekly collection of taxes by commercial transport operators. Anambra State Governor Saluda has celebrated Chief Anyoko at 90. FG is to dedicate 0.5 GDP to research development. From the foreign scene, Ukraine has recorded the highest profile war casualty